Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good afternoon. Good evening. And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Let me just say this. I missed you guys. I know. Where you been, Pascal? I was sick as a dog. I was so sick. Oh, my Lord. Yesterday was disgusting. And this morning was disgusting as well. But I'm happy to be here with you guys to do a little bit of catch up. I know a lot of stuff went down yesterday, but I was really, really sick. I'm not lying. I was so sick. How sick were you, Pascal? No, I was just really sick. Real talk. No joke. I was out for the count. I was in on a couch, literally plastered into the couch. I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything. I'm surprised I did the verdict. Got to watch the verdict with y'all because I was on the struggle bus. You guys saw it. But I had said I was going to watch the verdict. I was going to go through this till the bitter end with y'all because that's why I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm here for y'all. You feel me? Okay? I'm feeling a lot better today. Okay? Yesterday, I couldn't even speak. If I tried to talk, I just went into a heavy, heavy cough. Vicious, violent coughs, man. You don't want this. You didn't want this yesterday. Okay? But there's a lot of things that I said, you know, I figured, let me be real, y'all. I figured this whole thing would be over by now. You know what I'm saying with this whole Amber Heard stuff and everything? But no, I'm wrong. I'm going to put the music back on, but I was totally wrong. I thought it'd be over by now, but no. More ish went down yesterday and more ish went down this morning. So we got to go through a few things. You know, we got some things to talk about. Now, you see the title down below, and let's keep it real. Elaine wants to get out here. Elaine wants to get her 15 minutes of fame, as somebody just said a second ago. Real talk. So we got some things we got to talk about. And then also there's this video that's circulating around. Shout out to Bad Girl and to the many other people that have actually emailed this to me, DM me on Twitter, DM me on the Instagrams, okay? This particular link of a supposed alleged juror speaking their mind, speaking out. And the question I have, the question that remains, that still lingers in my mind since I saw last night, is this real? Is this real? That's what I'd like to know. Like I said, got a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of stuff to look over. There's things obviously I already know. A bunch of y'all already been there and done that, talked about all these things, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, I was sick yesterday, very, very sick. So I'm doing a little bit of recap of things that happened yesterday. And we definitely got to look at this situation with this TikTok that's circulating all over the place right now, where this juror is actually speaking their mind and saying what happened inside the court. Now, there's a lot of speculation now that this could be somebody who's, trying to muck things up, trying to give Team Heard a reason to appeal. Okay. So we got to jump into this. We got a lot of stuff to look into. So do me a favor, y'all. If you appreciate it and all that, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes past 200 likes. I see a bunch of y'all tuning in, being a part of the conversation. Okay. I really do appreciate it. And do not forget to crush that subscribe button. Okay. Your man out here still sick. I'm still not feeling very well, but I'm here. I couldn't talk yesterday. So do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button down below. That would really, really mean a lot to me. Okay. Support the show. Hit that join button down below. Join my Patreon, patreon.com/thepascalshow. I got that merch. And of course, I got the CashApp too. If you're enjoying the show and just feel like want to send something directly to me, I really do appreciate it as well. Trying to keep those lights on, baby. Trying to keep those damn lights on. Now, here's the thing. We got to get into the stuff here, y'all. Because, this is just knuck and futz. I know. A lot of people, listen. I'm hearing a lot of different stories. Okay. I'm hearing a lot. I'm hearing stories from one side I'm just talking about the TikTok alone. I ain't got time. Like Elaine is out here doing what she's doing because she's Elaine. Okay. Let's just keep it real. I think she's an evildoer. That's what I think. I think she is bitter and upset about not winning, not taking home the W. You see what I'm saying? Even though he still has to pay her $2,000. You know what I'm saying? He still not $2,000. I'm sorry. He still has to pay her $2 million. But at the same time, it is what it is, right? So here it is, y'all. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Come on in, or good afternoon and good evening to all y'all who are watching all over the world. We got a couple things we got to go through, and I know that there's already been some other channels that have already covered some of these things, but I can't just not go through those things with y'all. It just doesn't feel right. Obviously, I've been sucked into this story like a mug, and sucked into this case. And I'm hoping that this ends up being what it is. Like this is it, and we can move on to the many, many other stories we got going on. And yes, I've heard many other speculations about who that juror, whose voice it is really. I don't know. I personally do not know. Nor am I going to point fingers at anybody specifically. Now, I know that there's people I'm already seeing in the comments. People are already starting to point fingers at a specific YouTuber. I don't know. I don't know if this person is involved with this or not. Nor am I going to point fingers at that particular person, because you never know. Everyone could be absolutely wrong, or y'all could be 110% right. But I'm not here to point fingers at somebody until I actually see the proof. Just saying that out loud. And I most likely will say it again when we circle back around and get to that part of the story. Okay. But one of the things I wanted to show you guys before we go into the TikTok video of the juror, there's a couple videos actually, which is actually very fascinating to me. I wanted to show you one of Amber Heard's attorney, or Elaine. Okay. Amber Heard's attorney took to the Today Show and CBS Good Morning to do some interviews. And I thought, damn, this is very, very quick. They were quick to get out here and talk about this. She was quick to get on the show and speak her mind about everything. So I wanted to show that to you guys, go through this video, because, I think it's very interesting. And it's interesting how she looks at the camera like that, in my own personal opinion. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, I digress. We're going to take a look at this video because it's fascinating, hella fascinating. And of course, I got to cut in and out because of copyright stuff, unfortunately. But I want you guys to hear what she says. Now, I know you guys have covered, or you guys have followed other channels that have already covered this interview. So I'm just saying, hey, ride with me on this. I do appreciate you guys going back yesterday on something that you might think is old news. But I wanted to go through it with you guys. I was sick as hell yesterday. I couldn't even speak. I'm surprised I can even speak for 9 minutes right now. Every single time I did, I would go into a coughing fit. So today, we're going to go through this video. There's another one with CBS Good Morning. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I wanted you guys to see a little bit of that as well. This woman has an agenda. Absolutely. This woman most definitely has an agenda. And her agenda is against social media. She's trying to make it seem like because the jurors could go online and do their thing, this is the reason why the verdict became the verdict. I don't entirely agree with that. I don't. But we're going to continue. We're going to go on into this and see what she has to say in this particular interview on Today. Enjoy.
And we are joined now by Amber Heard's attorney, Elaine Charlson-Bredehoff. Good morning to you. It's good to see you. First question, how is Amber doing? We saw her hearing that verdict. It took a long time to read. It was a sweeping verdict for Johnny Depp. How did she handle it?
One of the first things she said is, I am so sorry to all those women out there. This is a setback. for all women in and outside the courtroom.
Okay.
And she feels the burden of that.
Well,
okay. Real quick. We already out here. Hot and fresh out of the kitchen. It's not even 30 seconds in, and I'm already sitting here going, okay, don't you see what kind of words she's using? She's already creating that narrative. We saw the video, or sorry, not the video. We saw the statement that Amber Heard put out just as soon as, I don't even know how she was able to write that so quickly, but she was able to put out a statement almost minutes after the verdict was read, basically saying how she's disappointed and how this sets back the Me Too movement and women's rights and all that stuff. It sets it all the way back to any person that's a victim speaking up, so on and so forth. So she clearly had a conversation, obviously, with Elaine, to make it seem like, okay, hey, you know what? Here it is. It's all because of this, that, and the third. And it's setting us back. She read the same thing, or they had a whole conversation, and now she has become Amber's minion, basically. Amber's mouthpiece. Because you know for a fact they're not going to sit there and ask for Amber to come onto the show. I wouldn't think so. I don't think it's a good move for the Today Show, just to be really honest. So, of course, they bring the lawyer on, and she's going to sit here and say this stuff. This whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. Let's continue.
Knowing the case and knowing the law, as you certainly do, it favors defendants like Amber Heard. Are you stunned that the jury essentially rejected her story?
Well, really what happened here is it's a tale of two trials. Johnny Depp brought a suit in the UK for the same case. And the burden of proof was easier for him there. The son had to actually prove that it was true. And the court found there, and we weren't allowed to tell the jury this, but the court found that Mr. Depp had committed at least 12 acts of domestic violence, including sexual violence, against Amber.
Now, here's the thing. One of the questions I have that's burning inside of my body really hard right now is if there were 12 acts of actual DV or SV or SA, why were they not allowed to bring that up? Why were they not allowed to talk about this? Why were they not allowed to bring this into court? Because they did start to dangle a few things. They did start talking about the lawsuit in the UK and how he lost that. They talked about it in court. We listened to it. We watched it with our own two eyes. Okay? We all heard it. We all saw it. So why is she now lying again? If you had 12 pieces or 12 events of proof of Johnny Depp doing said thing, why wasn't that not presented in court? Why was it not presented for the past 6 weeks? You had 6 weeks to get your ish together, y'all. And okay, by the way, really it was like 7 weeks. Let's keep it real. Because they still had 10 days, a 10-day break. They had 10 days to get their ish together. And still, this woman's going on live TV and telling everybody and their mama, oh, no, see what had happened was, it was the wind. Like I said, doesn't make sense. Oh, no, because we couldn't bring this in. If you couldn't bring this in, why wasn't that brought up? Why weren't you able to bring it in? Were they fabricated? Were they real? I'm just saying, so many questions I got for this sister right here. And I feel like she's still lying through her teeth because she's bankrolled by Amber Heard. And also, I don't think she likes the idea. I don't think she likes the idea of losing. So she's coming in trying to change her L into it was the wind situation.
So what did Depp's team learn from this? Demonize Amber and suppress the evidence. We had an enormous amount of evidence that was suppressed in this case that was in the UK case. In the UK case, when it came in, Amber won, Mr. Depp lost.
Okay, so you're telling me that there was plenty of opportunities for you guys to bury this mother lover, and you still didn't do it. Just saying that. Just saying it out loud, y'all. You had an opportunity. You make it sound like you just got hit somebody hit you with the ground ball, you picked it up and you threw it. You threw it into the stands. Basically, it was an easy out, and you decided not to do that. But hey, it was the wind, right? It was the wind.
Here's the thing. You were able to get some evidence that you say demonstrated abuse. You certainly had her testimony. There were pictures, documents, all kinds of evidence. But in point of fact, the jury rejected it. You argued in your closing arguments that if they found even one instance of abuse, and it did not even have to be physical abuse, that they would have to find for Amber Heard, and they didn't.
And the other part to bear in mind here is nothing changed. The op-ed didn't even mention Mr. Depp by name. And so what basically they did here is demonize her. And they were able to suppress the medical records, which were very, very significant because they showed a pattern going all the way back to 2012 of Amber reporting this to her therapist, for example. We had significant amount of texts, including from Mr. Depp's assistants, saying, when I told him he kicked you, he cried. He is so sorry. That didn't come in.
Okay, hold up. So you're saying medical records that you guys had was not admitted into the trial. If you had it, why didn't you put it out? Period. If you had it, why didn't you put it out? I guarantee you the judge would have been more than happy to have that evidence out there for everyone to see. Now, when you talk about this doctor's notes and medical records and stuff, where she went to an ENT, right? Ear, nose, and throat doctor and all that. That could have been many different things. That could have been from her excessive amounts of cocaine use, because she liked to do the little bit of the blow. Okay, let's keep it real. She liked a little snoot. All right. Maybe it could be, I don't know, she has a deviated septum. It could be a million different things. But now, like I said, now they're just basically blaming it on the wind. Now they're saying it's because of everything else that we weren't able to bring into court. That is your job. Your job is to fight tooth and nail for your client to make sure that that person, your client, gets full justice or gets their full story out there. And if there was evidence that shows without a shadow of a doubt that Johnny Depp was doing X, Y, and Z, DV, whatever you want to call it, that should have been presented, and that should have been right there when in the very beginning of this trial. But we never saw that. She just kept saying, oh, yeah, you know, my lawyers have it. I don't understand why it's not here. Every time that Camille or anybody else cross-examined her, she'd be like, oh, well, you know, I have photos of that, but it wasn't submitted into court. I don't know. It's with my lawyers. I don't know. I'm just saying. And let's not forget performance, her testimonies. You're telling me that the testimony that you saw was ironclad, was solid? She was floundering all over the place. Where on God's green earth does somebody look at that particular testimony? Like I said before, the jurors would have to be idiotic for them to believe anything that came out of that woman's mouth. And they were all waiting for Amber Heard to speak. We all were. That's when I literally started going and streaming live the actual testimony, because I wanted to see the truth. I wanted to see if she was going to speak the truth. And not once did she do that. She fell on her own damn face. The person she should be blaming is herself. And of course, Elaine. Elaine is the head of the whole thing, and she dropped the damn ball. Wendy's Cafe, thank you so much for the 20 Canadian dollars. Have you seen the text message between AH and Drew where he purchased 4 knives for her to use to threaten JD with? No, I firmly believe her and her friends plan to unalive him. Remember the fight about her not being in the will. Yes, that's some crazy stuff too. And if that is the case, hamburger, okay? Hamburger, okay? But yes, as you can see, like for me, There's a lot of really crazy things that are going on here that have not fully been answered. But one thing we know for sure, Amber Heard was lying on the stand. Amber Heard was committing perjury. Okay? Committing perjury. Period. And if it is true, if what she's saying is true, then let's see the facts. What are these 12 incidents that Johnny Depp committed DV, SV, and SA? Let's see those moments. Put them out. Leak them out. Leak them. Put them out now so we can all see it, so we can all sing a different tune if that is the situation. But you came in with nothing. Your team came in with fabricated information, doctored photos. And if you had 12 moments in time where Johnny Depp did something very, very bad, those should have been the prime pieces of evidence. But now we're hearing later. Now we're hearing it from Elaine now, where she's sitting here saying it's the damn wind. I'm just not with it, y'all.
Is there any other way to interpret this verdict, though, that this jury, for whatever reason, and I hear you on some of the evidence that they didn't hear, listening to Amber Heard, did not believe a single word?
You know, and that's because she was demonized here. A number of things were allowed in this court that should not have been allowed. And it caused the jury to be confused. We weren't allowed to tell them about the UK judgment. So the damages is completely skewed. There are no damages. It stopped at November 2, 2020, which is when the judgment came down in the UK.
Let me ask you about social media.
Oh, by the way, I want to point this out really quick. And of course, they're going to go into social media and try to say because of the internet, okay? They're going to start blaming the internet here in a second, which is absolutely asinine in my own personal opinion. But here it is. She committed perjury in UK. The same UK trial that they're talking about, that they keep going back to and saying that he lost. She lied on the stand. On behalf of the son, she came up and she full on lied. Now, there was no jury with that trial. There was just judge. That's it. And then the judge came to his own conclusion or their own conclusion with their own judgment. There was no jury of his peers or of their peers. A judge. That's it. She still committed perjury in the UK, and she's being investigated over that. Now, when she says, oh, they demonized her, no. They were trying to demonize Johnny Depp too. So let's keep it real. Tit for tat. But one thing that did not help the situation was when she went up and took the stand. Her testimony. The testimony that she had demonized herself. She did not say anything that was true to the recordings or any of the footage that she has that we all have heard out here at all. Okay? And that's also true, too. Sandy Sassy Queen, thank you so much. The judge also in the UK is now retired. Why is he retired now? I'm wondering. Okay? I'm wondering. Like I said, this does not make sense to me, y'all. It doesn't work for me. As much as everybody else wants to sit here and say, hey, you know, if they want to believe her or not believe her, you have to look at the facts. And the facts show you a completely different story. I will say this, though. I will say, and I've been saying this, but I'll repeat it again. Maybe there's a possibility of them actually being terrible to each other. And that's it. But she wanted to take it to the extra mile. She wanted to take it an extra 10 miles. Actually, an extra $100 million bag miles. Okay? For her own financial gain. That's what I see. That's the vibe that I get. But that's just me. I got a couple super chats. Mind Spasm, thank you so much for the 5. She's just trying to spin this to the people who didn't watch the trial, but I did. Stop lying, Elaine. Exactly. I mean, I feel like that is the vibe that we're all getting right now, which is she's coming in, she's taking her 15 minutes, even though still, no matter what, she still caught the L. And her performance was terrible. Elaine's performance was not good. She was floundering all over the place. She was on the struggle bus, period. Okay? Struggle bus. We all watched it. You can't tell me like, oh, yeah, she did good. No, she didn't. She did terribly. Her whole entire team did terribly. Okay? The only part that I thought was solid was Rottenborn's closing arguments. His arguments were solid. His argument was solid. They should have ended with Rottenborn and not ended with Elaine. Elaine just effed it in the B, okay? Effed it in the A. That's what I think. Wendy's Cafe, thank you again for the 20 Canadian dollars. I really appreciate that. I saw that text with the attached photo of the knives the other day. Do you know who Jax is? She's got the text message and photo of the knives. I can get you a link to the video if you want it. Just need a way to DM you it. Okay, you can DM me through IG if you want to do that. Wendy's Cafe. All right, I'd appreciate it. You can just DM me through IG and I'll just take a look and try to find it when I get some time. Okay, but I appreciate that. I appreciate all the super chats. Real talk. But let's continue with the rest of this video. There's more to this. There's a lot more to this bull.
In this case, unlike any celebrity case, certainly I've ever covered or ever seen, social media was a part of this. And it was incredibly lopsided and vitriolic against Amber Heard. Do you think that had an effect on the case?
Absolutely.
You think jurors were aware of it? They weren't supposed to be. They're admonished every single day. Don't look at it. Do you think they did see it?
How can you not? They went home every night. They have families. The families are on social media. We had a 10-day break in the middle because of the judicial conference. There's no way they couldn't have been influenced by it. And it was horrible. It really, really was lopsided. And I appreciate your saying that. It's like the Roman Colosseum, how they viewed this whole case. I was against cameras in the courtroom, and I went on record with that and had argued against it because of the sensitive nature of this. But it made it a zoo.
Does your client?
Okay, it made it a zoo. Okay, let me say this. Okay, here it is. First off, I do agree. I will say this. I don't think that the jury should have been able to have any access to social media, to any of that stuff. True. I do believe that. I think that when it comes to that, any of those things can be swayed. They can watch any of the people online and get their own personal opinions about certain things, and they can keep it moving that way. I'm just going to say that out loud. I'm going to keep it real. Okay. I'm going to keep it a buck with all y'all. I will say that it is tough to try to get them to, come up with their own conclusions if they're listening to an extremely biased TikTok or whatever it may be. Okay. But I will say this, though, too. If they had the choice to tell the jury that they can't confiscate their phones, or they stay in a hotel for those 6 weeks or those 7 weeks or whatever, then they should have done that. They had choices to make, and they didn't make those choices. That is not on me. That is not on you. That is not on social media. You can't blame social media for us doing what we do. Our job is to tell you guys the news and tell you the real news, not the BS. There's some people out here that are fabricating and making up BS, which I ain't cool with. But there are people out here like myself and a lot of other channels that are just giving you guys what's going on. We should not be the brunt of the reason why the jury decides to open up their phones and look at things online. Let me tell this to you too. One other thing. They were doing the exact same damn thing. They were looking things up too. How is she getting information? How is she getting the stuff about putting the baby in the oven or the microwave and all this crap if she wasn't on her social medias? How would Elaine know any of the things that people were talking about, right, if she wasn't on the social medias? So at the end of the day, it's kind of hard for you to sit here and get mad when you're using that same information. Man, social media was involved. You gave a huge shout out to that umbrella guy, which he's done an amazing job putting out the information alongside with Popcorn Planet and the sort. But at the same time, real talk, you can't sit here and blame straight up social media for the verdict. Get out of here. Get out of here. Catherine, Cox, thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you. Hey, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Your support is absolutely appreciated. Thank you so very, very much. So you can't sit here and say anything about social media when you're riding on social media alone. You are literally, some of your people are out here trying to threaten other content creators out here. Literally, content creators are getting threatened for exercising their freedom of speech. Just saying. Just saying. You can't act like this is something that. Okay. Just Michelle Woods, thank you so much for the 2. All social media are biased one way or another. Yeah, absolutely. I do agree with that. That's the reason why I'm saying if it was a big problem, or if they were really concerned about that, they should have said that ahead of time. They should have said, nope. Jury, we should have the jury locked away. They're anonymous. They shouldn't be able to go back home with their families, whatever. They stay in their place. We confiscate their phones, so on and so forth. That would have been fine. But you know for a fact, they still would have found some sort of it was the wind type of excuse. Trust me. They would find something else to sit here and go, oh, no, we need to file an appeal, which they are going to be filing an appeal. But they would find something else under the sun as an excuse. First off, I want to say thank you to Carolyn. Thank you, Carolyn, for the $5 via Cash App. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Lady Justice, thank you so much for the 5 as well. Honestly, as a former juror, I was so taxed at the end of the day. I avoided any and all news and stressors and barely used social media due to being tired. I think that as well. I think there's a lot of people that are going like, yo, even myself, I really don't want to talk about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp again. I want to talk about other things. But it's like, damn, okay, it's not over yet. We got to talk about this. It is what it is. But yes, imagine being in a room where you're listening to that 4 days a week, 7 hours every single day. At the end of it, you just want to go away, have a Coke and a smile. You don't want to talk about any of this ish. You don't want to talk about any of this. Shoot, I got plenty of my family, plenty of my friends that are watching my show, watching the trial and all that. And we'd go out on the weekends or something like that. And I'm running into people and they're asking me my thoughts on the trial. 95% of the time I'm sitting there going, I really don't want to talk about it because I talk about it 7-8 hours a day. I'm exhausted. I don't want to talk about it. I'm tired, baby. I'm tired. I want to rest these bones. You know what I'm saying? So wouldn't be surprised if jurors are just not wanting to look at anything. Shoot, they just want to watch cat videos playing the piano or something like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, get their mind completely off it. Roll a J. You know what I'm saying? And just watch Half Baked and roll a J. You know what I'm saying? Something completely non-Team Heard or Team Depp. Period. Full stop.
I want to appeal.
Oh, absolutely. And she has some excellent grounds for it. We even had tried to get the UK judgment in to dismiss his case because he already had his shot.
Fair enough.
And that's one of the issues, but also a number of the evidentiary issues. There was so much evidence that did not come in.
Is she able to pay?
That's what I'm saying. If there's still evidence that has not come in, where's the damn evidence? That's what I want to know. Why hasn't it been? As much as she has leaked other pieces of information, not Elaine, but I'm talking about Amber. We've been known that she in cahoots with TMZ. Let's keep it real. So you had an opportunity to put out some more information out here, leak some more stuff, more damning information on Johnny Depp. Where is it then? Show me the Carfax. That's all I'm saying. Show me the Carfax. Okay? Period. And then, just an idea. When you go on the stand, don't lie. Stick to the story. Stick to the damn story. It's as simple as that.
A $10.4 million judgment?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Finally, in closing arguments, Amber's team argued that this would send a message, that it would send a message that no matter what you do as an abuse victim, you always have to do more. You need to be perfect in order for people to believe you if she did not get a favorable verdict. What message do you think this sends?
It's a horrible message.
No, it's not.
As I said, a setback.
No,
it's a significant setback because that's exactly what it means. Unless you pull out your phone and you video your spouse or your significant other beating you, effectively, you won't be believed.
Okay. First off, this is not it. Okay. All that BS that she just said right there. No. Okay. This is not a situation where you have to, it sets us back in regards to any time a woman or a person says such and such, that means that, suddenly, no woman's going to be able to speak out. No person's going to be able to speak out. No, I totally disagree. I think she set it back in a negative way, in a different light. She set it back because she lied. Has nothing to do with her taking home the L. The loss, okay? L for loss, okay? W for win. Just because Johnny Depp went home with the W, yes and no, okay? He didn't walk out unscathed. He still was found, I guess, guilty for defamation through his lawyer. So he has to pay Amber Heard $2 million for something that he didn't even say. So he's taking up and scooping up the bill for his own lawyer, the Where's Waldo guy. Okay. Now, for her to sit here and say, this is taking us all the way back, is completely wrong. It's absolutely messed up and wrong. See, this is what someone will use as they start using these divisive words to make it seem like something else. And there's nothing here in this case that shows that, it's damning to any person that comes out and says #MeToo. No. If you come out and you say Me Too, 99.9% of the time, people are going to gravitate to you and help you. Because I do believe that us human beings are innately good, and we only want good. We don't like hearing stories about somebody being SV'd or DV'd ever. Okay, any level of abuse, we're not cool with that. Us as human beings, we're not cool with that. But when you start saying that, and then suddenly there's proof out here showing otherwise, obviously people are going to sit here and go, "Wait a second, hold up. Time out. Something ain't right here." Instantly. That does not make it seem like, now no woman can never be believed, so on and so forth. That is not true at all. And I hope that every single person that's watching this show right now that is a victim or a survivor, even you victims out here are still survivors because you're still here. I want to remind you guys that too. But every single last one of y'all, do not look at this and say, now I can't speak up. That's BS. Okay. Now I have to have a camera out and photos and so on and so forth. No, it's how she laid out these breadcrumbs. It's how she was secretly recording them. All that stuff. It was the amount of lies that she was saying, spewing, not only on the stand, but also in depositions that she did years before. She tried to utilize and exploit the Me Too movement, not use it to get justice. She tried to use that to destroy a man. Period. When that man should have been out here going #MeToo. So that's the one thing I get extremely concerned about, because this type of ish that's coming out of this woman's mouth, this Elaine right now, she is trying to she's trying to use divisive words. She's trying to make it seem like, suddenly us victims or or survivors can't speak out. No, you can. And no, you don't need to have miles and miles of footage, okay? Terabytes of videos and audio to prove that you have been DV'd or SA'd or SV'd. This was a very unique trial. This was a very unique situation where a woman should have come out with the hardcore facts. I'm just say this too. Plenty of opportunities for this woman who said was consistently attacked. She claimed plenty of opportunities for her to leave, plenty of opportunities to speak to somebody, plenty of opportunities to call the cops, and she never, ever did. She never, ever did. So that's why, for me, it's so strange. Mind spasm. Thank you so much for the 2. I'm a survivor. I also know a liar when I see one. Absolutely. So this is a very unique situation, but that's what pisses me off about this. That's what pisses me off about this situation, because this is someone out here trying to make it seem like these other women and other men who are victims and survivors can't step forward and speak because they don't have a mountain of evidence. That's not true at all. This woman lied through her teeth, lied, and we all saw it. The jury saw it as well. But let's continue this, guys. It just angers me, because that was the first thing that Amber said in her statement. Her statement after weeks of doing this trial. She comes out and says this BS, going, "Oh yeah, now it's setting us back." No, you set every single person that's been a victim of DV, SA, and SV back. You did. You did. Not this trial and not this verdict. You did, by lying consistently. Okay, I'm done now.
Elaine Charlson, Bretta Hoff, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, and that's over. Okay, so to me, I'm not cool with that. I don't like that she came out. I feel like there's a moment in time where you shut the hell up and you don't say anything. That's just me. If you lose, okay, if you lose, you go into your cave, you lick your wounds, you think about what you had done. You think about what went wrong, what you could have done better, what could have been better, so on and so forth. Okay, we're gonna look at this other interview that she did. Like, she went and did her rounds, and this is like the day after, y'all. Straight up. Thank you, Wendy's Cafe. I'll take a look here in a second. Okay, thank you for the $5 Canadian again too. But literally, she went around and did her rounds. Why? She didn't even let it sit. She didn't have to. She just let it. She didn't even let it linger. She had to come out and say all this BS. I'm sorry. It just. Wait, hold on. There's that. Absolutely, TMZ guy was right about Elaine after the 15 minutes of fame. Absolutely. She noticed that she's out here. Okay, she out here trying to get her 15 with the quickness. Okay, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely, Cheryl on Facebook. Lose gracefully. You know what I'm saying? Lose gracefully. But at the same time, you got to remember the energy. I said this before. It's that vibe. It's that vibe. Okay? Johnny Depp's team seemed like they were really down to earth, wholesome, just wanting to get the truth out there. Elaine's team, or Amber Heard's team, was willing to do everything under the sun to just take home the W, to get that $100 million. You can see it in the presentation. You can see it in what they talked about. Shoot, let's not forget about Dr. Spiegel, or Dr. Spiegel, okay? Dr. Spiegel that looks like an eagle. That dude was up here lying through his damn teeth, doing the dry mouth, having straight up came out of the freaking Sahara Desert type of listening, nothing but nasty, okay? Nasty. Clearly. The presentation here was out of whack. All right, we got to look at this other piece. This is another interview. Okay. Yeah, this stuff is so nasty. You know why his mouth was so dry? Because he was lying through his teeth. Okay. He was parched. Okay. Somebody needed to give him like a Gatorade because that water was not quenching his thirst. True talk. Anyway, we got to get into this other one because I want to show you guys a bit of it. I'm not going to show you the same thing. I'm not going to show it the whole thing because she basically says the same ish over and over and over again about saying, oh, it's because of social media and but we are going to take a listen to a little bit of it because you could tell in the group. I don't know where Gail stands. Like the other interviewer, I forgot her name, Savannah Guthrie, okay, on the Today Show. You could tell she's straight up going, she seems like she's kind of team Heard. That's just the kind of vibe I got, okay? I don't know where Gail stands, but of course, you know, I think she stands on the side of the truth. And I think she's very inquisitive. And she asked some really good questions here. I want to show this in a second. Wendy's Cafe, thank you so much. Elaine McMuffin, that's funny, has been with AH since well before the UK trial. She was there when the TRO was filed too. Oh, thank you for that reminder. She was there for the TRO. Damn. Oh, my God. That's messed up. Another TRO. Okay, anyway. She's as crazy as AH is. Wow. Yeah, pretty much. I think so too. But like I said, it's a vibe. Okay, it's a vibe. Thank you so much, Little Bit. Thank you, Little Bit. How you doing, sweetheart? Appreciate the $5 sticker. Really appreciate it. So let's go over here and let's listen to a little bit of this. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but you can even tell some of the like it seems like some of the fellas in the group, they got some questions. You see what I'm saying? They got some questions. Okay. And don't forget to hit that like button down below. And if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to every single person that's watching from all over the globe. I really do appreciate you riding with me on this particular show. I know I'm doing a little bit of what happened yesterday, but at the same time, your boy was sick, man. I couldn't even talk. I'm surprised I can even talk today. I was drinking so much tea yesterday. Oh my God. Man, I was peeing clear. You ever done that before? That's something cool. Anyway, it's really weird. But anyway, let's get into this. Another interview with Elaine.
A Virginia jury's decision to side with Johnny Depp in his defamation lawsuit is drawing both condemnation and praise. The verdict came after 6 weeks of very dramatic testimony from both sides. She claimed that he abused her while he said she was the abuser. In his reaction, Depp wrote, "The goal of bringing the case was to reveal the truth, and that truth never perishes." Elaine Charlson-Bredehoff is the attorney for Amber Heard and is with us now. And we should mention, we did also reach out to Johnny Depp's team, but they declined to be interviewed this morning. Elaine, thank you. We're so very glad you're here.
Okay, first off, let me say this. The reason why they're not, I'm sure they're not even taking interviews right now is because they don't have anything to say. Their job is done. Their job is done. They kicked ass. They took names. What's done is done, baby. What's done is done. Pam Smith, maybe Elaine is controlled by Amber. Why aren't they speaking up for abused men? That's a very good question. That's where they need to focus as well. You know what, Pam Smith? I totally agree with this. I'm seeing a lot of the mainstream media as of recently has been leaning more towards, at least from what I've seen, they've been leaning more towards Team Heard. And now, even when they were covering things, there are some media outlets that have been trying to like just stay even keeled, trying to balance on the fence. And that's not easy. It really isn't. But one thing I would love to see that would be dope as hell to see is men too. This should open up a real conversation about men that are actually abused, that have not been able to speak out because of being scared of being emasculated, fear of actually being believed. But they decided to go and talk with Elaine. I don't know. Wendy's Cafe, thank you so much for the 10 Canadian dollars. She's supposed to be doing an interview again today. They're watching her to see if what she says crosses into perjury or ethics boundaries. I think she's about to lose her license very soon. Elaine is supposed to be doing another one. Wow. See, I don't get why they're going out here and saying these things. They need to let these things be. Real talk. Michelle Woods, thank you for the 5. Did you know Amber's team brought in the wrong Dr. Spiegel? There's another one. Yep, with the same first and last name with the same profession. Abso-freaking-lutely. I remember when I was doing the live, I was sitting there going, yo, I am trying to find, because everyone was like, we need to look up y'all need to find out about this Dr. Spiegel guy. And I'm like, all right, fine. I'm going to look him up, right? And I saw a completely different dude. And I'm like, this is not the guy. This is a different dude. But yes, same last name, same first name, same profession. Both are psychiatrists. So it was wild. So I don't know if they brought in the wrong guy. I think they brought in the right guy. They were looking for a guy that was willing to lie on the stand, and he did exactly that. But let's continue on with this really quick. Let me see this. Okay. Do you see the AH crazies are cut? Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that here in a second. LJ, I appreciate the $2. We are going to talk about that here in a second. That's the negative side of this whole thing as well. Another piece, another problem. We're going to talk about that here in a second because somebody tweeted that to me as well, which is wild. By the way, please follow me on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. Follow me on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. Let's go into this interview, and I'm only going to play a little bit, okay?
Thank you.
We heard Amber's reaction to the verdict yesterday. This seems to be a huge victory for Johnny Depp this morning.
Yeah, a major setback for women, for women inside the courtroom and outside the courtroom.
Okay. I just don't have time. For me, she gonna go out here and do this over and over and over again. This is exactly what she gonna do. Every single damn interview that she ever does, she gonna be coming out the woodwork with that being the first thing she says. This is a huge thing for women. This is a huge setback for women. It really aggravates me. If she did her job, and if there really was proof, she wouldn't be saying that.
Because
basically what this said, Amber had an enormous amount of evidence, although a lot of it was suppressed in this case as opposed to the UK. But look at all the women who have no evidence, all these women who suffer from domestic violence, domestic abuse. They don't have evidence. And basically what this jury said is unless you pull out your cell phone and you tape record your spouse beating you, you're out of luck.
But Elaine,
I can't. I'm sorry I got to cut through this thing like this because of copyright stuff. But one thing that's really aggravating me and pissing me off, if you have the proof, if you have evidence, if you have a mountain of evidence, then where's the evidence? Show it. Don't give me this bull about saying, oh, we could have done this, that, and the third. Oh, it's the wind. It was because of the wind. Show me what you have then. Put it out here. Leak it to TMZ. Since y'all are in cahoots with TMZ. Leak it on the internets. Leak it on the twits. Show us the facts, man. That's all I'm asking.
I think it was bigger than that because you had the evidence, as you say, but they did not believe her. Why do you think they did not believe her?
I think that a lot of that was that it was Johnny Depp. I think the celebrity status.
But she's a celebrity too.
Exactly.
And
but she's a celebrity too.
Right.
But you have to remember, it's a tale of two trials. All the evidence came in the UK. Mr. Depp brought that one. The burden of proof was on the son in the UK because they had called him a wife beater and talked about the domestic violence. He had his opportunity to tell the truth then. And a 3-week trial, he lost. Judge found 12 acts of domestic violence, including sexual violence. And that came out November 2, 2020. We weren't allowed to tell the jury that.
Well, it's a different system, and the judge, it wasn't a jury, it was a judge. The judge said it was substantially true.
Okay, listen, I'm so just sick and tired. Okay, and I'm tired and sick. I'm literally tired and sick. Real talk of these excuses that keep spewing out of Elaine's mouth, and of course, I'm sure these are the same amount of BS is coming out of Amber's mouth right now, and any person that surrounds her right now that is supporting her as we speak. You can't tell me that they couldn't put in mountains of evidence in the trial. What was stopping them from doing that? You're telling me that the plaintiff team, Depp, turned to them and said, nope, you can't show this, you can't show that. It was up to them and the judge to say thumbs up or thumbs down on these specific pieces of evidence. If they had a mountain of evidence that they used in the UK trial, they should have been able to at least fight for those pieces to be up there or actually have those things submitted as evidence, period. You had opportunities. You dropped the ball. It was a huge fumble. That's it. Huge fumble.
And that is significant, and I think surprised a lot of legal analysts. But, in this case, the jury not only didn't believe Amber Heard, but in ruling that she acted with actual malice, that means she had the intent to cause harm, right? That's a pretty high standard to have proven.
And it's pretty amazing since the op-ed never even mentioned Mr. Depp. You have to remember that. What they learned from the UK case is to demonize Amber, which is what they did, and to try to suppress as much of the evidence that came in the UK and did not come in the United States. But the other problem is we had cameras in the courtroom. So here we had, not only did we have a group of Depp fans that were there every day, 100 were allowed in. They lined up at 1 o'clock in the morning for their wristbands to be in that courtroom. But we had everything on camera, and we had tremendous social media that was very, very, very much against Amber.
It was pointed out that was the first time that a victim of sexual abuse had to testify on live television.
And I fought hard and lost that battle. So it should not have happened.
Shouldn't have happened, but it happened. You didn't want, she said earlier, I didn't want cameras in the courtroom. I didn't want them to have that. I didn't want court of public opinion to be there. All that stuff. Okay, fine. But it still happened. You do what you have to do. You deal with what you are dealt with, and you play jazz, and you do your job. And whatever she did is on her. Now, this brother says something I like this, so we're going to get into it, and then I'm going to stop this video.
I am a former NFL player. And after a hard loss, it's easy to wake up and point to the other side. Oftentimes, I realized the better thing to do was to look in the mirror. What mistakes did I make as a player? What mistakes did our coaching staff make? And then how can we improve from there? Do you feel like you guys made any mistakes along the way? Do you feel like Amber made a mistake while she was on the stand? Because you're saying it's the celebrity, it's Johnny, it's the people who support him. But what about you and your team?
Well, and that's an excellent question.
Damn right, it's a good question.
And to say, and Amber even said on the stand, I am not perfect. I am a human being.
She's not perfect. She's a human being, but she took no accountability for anything that she was a part of. None, zero, zip, nada. She painted herself as an angel. She painted herself like she drinks Perrier and reads the Bible every day, all day. That's it. She did not take any blame, no accountability for her actions in her relationship with Johnny Depp. But let's continue.
These people were giving her death threats. They threatened to microwave her baby. This is the kind of social media she was getting. So
social media. This is the kind of social media that she was getting. Yet, wasn't she supposed to not be on social media as well? So how would she know about any of this ish? How would she know anything about these threats on her baby and all that with the microwave getting nuked in ish? Real talk. So you're telling me the rules apply only to the jurors and Team Depp, but it doesn't apply to you? All right, then.
Are any of us perfect? No. Is there something else we feel we should have done? Yes, absolutely. I redo my closings 100 times afterwards, whether I win or lose. That's part of being a good lawyer, a good trial lawyer, is there's always something. But I think that there were a lot of influences here that were beyond our control. And I think the social media, it was like a Roman Colosseum. Is the best way to describe the atmosphere here. And I have to believe that the jury, even though they're told not to go and look at anything, they have weekends, they have families, they have
they were not
media.
sequestered. They were not sequestered.
And the 10-day period we had, how could they not have been influenced?
But Elaine, for most people watching this trial, and a lot of people, as you know, it got huge views. It just seemed to be so messy and salacious and so tawdry on both sides. And I think for a lot of people from the outside looking in thought both of them were not telling the truth, and that they mutually abused each other. Do you not believe that was the case?
No, and that's one of the many misnomers. The way that Depp's team approached this was based on ignorance of domestic violence. It completely ignored the cycle of violence and just said, oh, she wouldn't have done this if he had been hitting her. That was their approach.
So you thought that they weren't fighting fair?
Correct. I don't think they were fighting fair.
Wow. And the funny thing is she wasn't fighting. They weren't fighting fair either. You gotta be honest here, y'all. If you they're gonna fight fire with fire. So if you're going after them and saying all this crazy stuff, and you're saying, oh, we're gonna lean on just his addictions and his issues and so on and so forth, you don't think they're gonna lean on certain things about her? She has had years of an opportunity to destroy this man's career, destroy his life, destroy his name, okay? Absolutely destroy it. So you're telling me that he's not going to go and do everything he can to show to the public that, hey, all right, maybe it was a volatile relationship, but I wasn't the only one. I was not the only one in this volatile relationship. She was just as toxic as I was. I got a couple super chats. Uncle Stu, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the 5. Male media is so important. How do we get our voices heard off YouTube and in mainstream media? Absolutely. Here's the thing. You got to remember, and I hate to say this, I'm going to keep it straight 100 with y'all, all right, before we go into this TikTok, because I got a couple super chats that I got to get through here too. But here it is, y'all. TV, you got to remember what TV is catering to, especially these morning shows. And I'm not trying to knock morning shows, okay? Back in the day, I had dreams of being on a talk show, having my own talk show on TV and all that crap. And the way that the show is, that shows are in the morning, they're catering to a specific type of demographic. And let me say this, Uncle Stu, it ain't you or me. It is mostly middle class, at home homemakers. Okay, and that could also be men too, but I'm just saying, majority of it, a vast majority of it is women. I hate to say that, but that is the absolute truth. Okay, so when you look at something like this, maybe the media is leaning towards what they think that the vast majority of women would be thinking of. Oh, this is a whole thing, a part of the Me Too movement, so on and so forth. Therefore, we got to be on this side of the fence. But the thing is, with this Gayle question, or with this Gayle interview, you could tell she's sitting there going, I just want to know the truth. I just want to know the truth about this. I want to know what's going on here. I can see that vibe from her. Now with Savannah Guthrie and the Today Show, there's a different vibe there. She wants to know, what happened? Why did you drop the ball? Like, what the F? You know what I mean? But the vibe that I'm getting over here is she's just like, Gayle is just trying to understand. That's the vibe I'm getting. But a lot of other people, other channels, mainstream media channels, are very much Team Heard. It's surprising. It's very surprising, in my personal opinion, because you see the facts, you see the information, and you're going, wait a second, you're still believing this woman. It's interesting. It's just very interesting. I got a comment here. Spin Cycle Dragon, what's up? I watched Popcorn Planet, and Annie Signor had a lawyer on, and he said that there's a 21-day waiting period because of perjury and other reasons. Yes, there is a 21-day waiting period where the jury should not be able to speak out. There's they got to stay quiet. So it doesn't make sense about this juror, this alleged juror that has been making TikToks saying certain things, okay, which we are going to be looking at here very, very shortly. But when it comes to this situation, yes, there are not a whole lot of men-centric discussions that we see on mainstream media, at least on main TV channels. We don't see that. We see a lot of the other side, and it's not anything bad with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you also got to remember what the demographic is, especially these morning shows. And I feel like the voice of the male voice, I'll say, is it's iffy. And I say iffy because I could see if there was a show and it was specifically towards, let's just say, men too, I could see that being a huge, I could see a huge uproar over that kind of situation. On the internet, you got a little bit more cushion. People want to listen. People want to talk. TV, though, media, like TV, mainstream media likes to take it, chop it up, screw it, and make it seem like male chauvinists, anti-feminists, so on and so forth. So I could see it going down that route, which sucks. Long story short, it sucks. But thank you for the question, okay? And for the super chat. Inger, thank you so much for the 55. I appreciate it. Let's see. What really burns me is that society got a victim of domestic abuse who won their case, and people are freaking out because the victim was a man. I think that's what it is too, a piece of it. I think there is a piece of that for sure. Absolutely. There's a piece of it. But the thing is that men need to have a voice too, because there's some really bad women out here in the world. I'm just being real. Just like there's really bad men out here in the world, there's really bad women out here too. And this shows you, case in point, that there's some bad women out here that think they can get away with everything because they think that no one's going to believe. That no one's going to believe. That man who actually stands up and says, this woman did such and such to me. Man, I remember a while back, somebody came out and said something about being Me Too'd, and they basically tried to emasculate him for saying what he said. And it's kind of like, well, something really bad happened to him that he did not like, that was volatile, that was done to his body. It was not welcomed. And yet people still were like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Bro, come on. Really? You got Me Too'd. You know what I mean? Look at you. You big, muscular dude. You crazy. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Mimi. Terry Crews. Terry Crews came out and said some stuff. And did you see how quickly he got emasculated on social media? Everybody made fun of him. Everybody had a joke about it. So on and so forth. It is tough for men to speak out and say certain things like this because it is, as I just said, emasculating is all get out. But there needs to be a platform. There needs to be a place that men can actually speak out and talk about these things. Because we're human too. A flesh and blood are made. Real talk. Wendy's Cafe, thank you so much. What none of these damn interviews are confronting McMuffin with is the fact that JD is not allowed to enter his evidence in the UK. Yep, he was not allowed. That is true. Are they scared of offending her? Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe that's something that they just don't know. Maybe that's something that they have glossed over. Maybe they glossed that over and didn't realize. Maybe that's a possibility. Kathy Bennett, thank you so much for the 5. Always Team Johnny. Love your channel. Well, I love you too, Kathy, so much. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. But like I said, this is... So I'm just trying to find if there was other super chats that I missed. Just going through every single last one. So I think that within these interviews, you could tell, you got to remember, these are interviews that are done by, like, I hate to say it like this, and I don't think Gayle is 100% like this, but, you know, they get a script, they get these questions asked or are told to ask these specific questions and keep it moving. I think that if this was an exclusive one-on-one with Gayle King, I think maybe she would have dove in a little bit more with more information. But you can see Elaine is going out here. She out here kicking rocks. She moving and bustling and moving and shaking. Trying to get the narrative out right now. That's all she cares about right now. She is trying to get that damn narrative out. And the narrative is, oh, see, what had happened was it was the wind. That's literally what she's putting out here, y'all. That's literally what she's putting out. Now, I got a couple more things I want to show you guys because this is just crazy. Let's see. So here's the thing. There are some really messed up things that I saw that I got hit on Twitter about. And this is just truly disturbing in my personal opinion. And no, I'm not milking this. What the hell? Anyway, I'm not milking nothing. I'm talking about this because this is important information too. Okay? Don't tweet me that BS. Don't. All right? Michelle Woods, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I used to watch this show on ID Discovery called Deadly Woman. The stories and reenactments of women abusing their significant other was disgusting to watch. Absolutely. But those are real stories. But then men don't say anything. Men don't talk out. They don't speak out and say these things because they're so worried about everybody making fun. Everybody making fun of them or being completely, you know, so on and so forth, emasculated and whatever, or not believed, or look like they were crazy, or can't, quote unquote, handle their home. Okay, real talk. All right. Wendy's Cafe, thank you so much for the 20 Canadian dollars. Here's the thing: through a whole lot of people started watching this, not knowing who AH even was. We only knew JD from his movies. We watched because of a DV case was being televised. We formed our opinions on facts presented. Abso-freaking-lutely, this comment right damn right here. Period. Point blank, period. Okay? Full stop. But everybody out here is getting upset. You know, there's the team herds out here that are getting upset, basically trying to say, oh, it's because of this, that, and the third. No. I was team herd in the very beginning. I'm not kidding you. When she put out the information, I'm one person that was my opinion completely changed. The pendulum swung all the way over to Johnny Depp because of the information and because of how she presented herself on that stand. Clear as day. You can see it clear as day. Now, here's the thing. This is something that I find very, very messed up. And then we're going to go into this TikTok. I promise you. We're going to get into this TikTok. But this is something that we need to talk about. And this is a huge problem, in my personal opinion. I got this from somebody, and I do appreciate them sharing this with me. I got this through Twitter. Again, follow me on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. But we need to take a look at this. I'm not going to say the hashtag because I'm not going to say it. But the hashtag is up here, so use your eyes. Let's read it out. Okay, so here it is. Can't even keep up the hashtag blank. You see it right there. Okay. It's such a shame that women, ladies, are behaving in such a manner. Have some respect for yourselves. And then Amber Heard has no clue who you are and doesn't care, she will never care. She only cares about her trashy self. Now, here's the thing. This is a such and such for Amber that's going around on the internets right now, y'all. And this is her response. I'm looking through the such and such for Amber hashtag, and oh my goodness, you are all so sweet to me. You have no idea how much your kind words warm my heart. I am so lucky to have you all by my side. I love you, Beebs. Or Babes. I don't know. But real talk. A slicing yourself for Amber is going around on the internets right now. On God. That is a real thing right now, guys. So that's going around. Everybody and their mama who still thinks that she is innocent and that she was DV'd and SA'd and SV'd by Johnny Depp, they're encouraging self-harm on behalf of her not getting the verdict that they believe she rightfully deserved. What kind of mess is that? What kind of mess is that? What is that saying to the women that you just said, because of this verdict, set them all the way back? How about the women and the survivors and the victims right now that are in terrible, disgusting, volatile relationships that are doing self-harm already, that are now being inspired by a hashtag like this? And your response is, oh my goodness, oh, you're so sweet. You have no idea how that makes me feel. What? You're promoting self-harm. You're promoting self-harm. And yet you're a woman who says out here in these streets how this verdict set you and your women, all women, back. Yeah, you are encouraging self-harm for all these other girls and all these other women and girls that were Team You to put harm onto themselves. That's a real thing, y'all. Okay? That's a See, that kind of evil, that kind of BS, like just really, really grinds my gears, y'all. Because there's people out here that literally are looking at that, getting triggered and doing something heinous to themselves. If not even worse. And instead of encouraging it, it should be please kill this tweet. Please stop this hashtag from going viral. This should not be a thing. But it is. And she did the exact opposite. She's encouraging it. Guarantee you, if Johnny Depp lost, and there was a history of him doing something, they said self-harm for Johnny Depp, do you think he'd go on Twitter and say, oh my gosh, my heart, thank you so much? Hell no. He'd be like, y'all better stop this right now. I do not endorse this. I do not support this. Man, it pisses me off. Frankie Tees, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. The scam didn't work. Amber embarrassed women for shame using the hashtag #MeToo. Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. I got another super chat. We're going to go into this TikTok here in a second. We're going to get into the super chat real quick. Where I'm looking for I already read that. Okay, never mind. I already read that one, so we good. But thank you, fabled creature. Yeah, I can't believe she's saying that too. That's not some photoshopped-ish. That's some real talk. That's somebody out here saying these things. Real bloody talk. Okay? This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, guys. Okay. Now, there is something else here. Okay. I think it's fake. Okay. I really do think it's fake. I don't think it's real, but I have to play it for you guys. Whoa. What the heck? What the heck was that? Hold on, guys. So there is a part here. There is a video. I got questions. I clearly have some questions for you guys about this. Wait, hold on.
Culture too much, so I haven't really been
Okay.
a fan of.
Now, this TikTok is questionable. Wait, hold up. This TikTok is very, very questionable. Okay. So I'm going to share this with you guys because real talk, it's questionable. I don't even know if this is real, but I'm going to play it with you guys because I'm still kind of going through it and I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out. Let me just refresh this real quick.
So today was my last day of being a juror on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. And I wish to remain anonymous, but I thought I'd give some insight on my thoughts about the trial. I don't follow pop culture too much, so I haven't really been a fan of Johnny Depp or Amber Heard, so I feel I was able to be pretty unbiased about the whole thing. But from the very beginning, when Amber Heard was testifying, everything just seemed so off with how she kept making eye contact with me, and it made me extremely uncomfortable to where I would no longer look over at her when she was giving her answers. I would just listen intently, and everything she was saying came off like bullshit. And I wasn't following anything on TikTok during the whole trial, and I was scrolling through after the trial, and blows my mind on how every single person seemed to be commenting on how weird it was. So, good news for Johnny Depp. That was my gut feeling after all the information in the trial. But Amber Heard, what a crazy woman.
All right. This is one of many videos, many TikTok videos that are out here right now. Real talk. Now, there are some speculations on who this could be. I'm not going to point any fingers. Personally, I'm not. I'm just not about that life because I don't know. Personally, I don't know. And if I don't have hard evidence, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's definitely, you know what I mean? It was definitely this person or it's definitely that person or, point fingers. This could very well be somebody who is just trying to stir the pot, trying to make things up. I got this multiple times yesterday throughout the day. I got it in DMs. I got it in emails. I got it in so many different ways, real bloody talk. And I appreciate everybody sending it to me, and I know that there's a bunch of other people who have gotten it as well. But I still don't believe that this is a real TikTok or that this is a real, this is a real TikTok, but that this is a real juror. This juror's account this TikTok account just recently what exists now. It's not like it was something that came out that's been around for a while. This is something that just seems a bit strange to me and seems fake. Just seems absolutely fake. I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. But at the same time, there are people out here that think it's from somebody else who is also possibly trying to stir the pot or add more drama out here for some more clicks or whatever, the clout chase or something. Listen, the jury has 21 days to keep their mouth shut. So till like close to the end of June, they have till the end of June to keep their mouth shut so that so that the court can do whatever the hell they need to do to get prepared for a possible perjury or if they want to appeal, which obviously Amber Heard will be appealing. Okay, she will be filing an appeal. But they got 21 days to just keep their mouth shut. And then they can do, interviews and speak out and all that stuff. So why would this juror out of nowhere come out as soon as the verdict is dropped, a day later come out with this BS? I think this is fake. I don't think this is real at all. And I don't think it's from another creator. I think this is somebody just making some ish up to stir the pot. And maybe is a team, maybe Team Herd out here. Maybe. Now, let's see, hold on. Emmy, where did you send me info? Email, or did you DM it to me? That's what I'd like to know. So just let me know in the comments. I'd really, really appreciate it, because then I can find it. Okay. And I got something from Rescue. Thank you so much for the $10. The 12 acts she talks about are the same described in this trial. It's just that the UK trial wasn't against AH. It was against the Sun. Absolutely. The standards / format were different. Nothing was suppressed. Absolutely. See what I'm saying? So there's plenty of opportunities that they could have put those things out here, and it would have been a done deal. Okay? It would have been a done deal. We would all sat there going, oh, well, then if he did that, oh, never mind. Ooh, Johnny, that's bad. Like she says, oh, he cried about kicking her when she was down, so on and so forth. If he really cried about kicking her, then where is that? Where's the proof of that? Where, like I said, show me the Carfax. Where the Carfax at? Okay. Hold on, I'm looking. I'm trying to see where she goes. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so you commented on my Twitter. Hold on 1 second, guys. And I appreciate you guys following me on Twitter as well. I really do appreciate it. Again, it's the Pascal Show, one word. Please follow if you can. I'd really, really appreciate it. Okay. Let me see. Are you saying? Wait, hold on. Let me just say here. I'm looking. Okay, so if it has to do with Popcorn Planet, if it's the link to Popcorn Planet, I will not play this because, I'm trying to be, that's his content. That is not my content. So I will not play that on this show. But at the same time, I know that there's a lot of people that are feeling like this is not real, or that it was somebody else that's making this stuff up. And it could very well be that. It could very well be that person. But it might not be. It could just be anybody making this stuff up. And it does make me wonder, how did said person get it that quickly? How did they get it so quickly? How did it come out and then suddenly they got all the information, they got the video and so on and so forth? So that's one thing I have a question about as well. Okay. But like I said, it's just strange. It's just so strange to me. A lot of questions are popping up. Wendy's Cafe, thank you so much for the 20. So I heard how it works is that in order to appeal the judgment against her has to be put in escrow. If she doesn't have it, there's no way an appeal will even make it into court to be heard. Rob from L&L talked about that. Yes. I think you're talking about law and lumber, or lumber and law. I forgot it. I think it's law and lumber, but I do appreciate you saying that to me. Thank you so very much. But 1 second, let me get this other thing here real quick, because we got messages and all that ish too, y'all. And I wanted to see what this was all about. Okay, I don't see any messages. Wow. Yeah, I don't have anything over here. But anyway, guys. So there it is, y'all. I mean, that's the thing that's just very odd and strange to me, is this TikTok. And there's other videos of the TikTok, and he's trying to show, videos of him actually trying to show proof of him actually being real, that he really was a juror and all that, and it's very questionable. Like he's showing a jury, like a juror badge, and that's very, very questionable. Actually, I'll just show you guys the page. It's just weird. It just seems strange to me, y'all. This is the juror badge right here. That, I mean, you know, does it show proof of this guy actually doing this? Okay, of being a part of the jury. Like I said, there's just too many questions that pop up revolving around all of this. He doesn't show his face. I understand if he's not trying to show his face right now, if he really is a juror, but at the same time, it is a little strange. All of this is weird. All of it. And so I got many, many questions to ask. Okay. Johnny Depp is live right now on YouTube. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I wonder what he's saying right now. Hold on. Let me do some behind the scenes stuff here. Johnny Depp is on. Let's see. I mean, if that's actually true, I don't see it. If he is actually live on YouTube right now, I don't see it. But LJ, if he is, send us the link. I'd love to see what he has to say. Deborah, thank you so much for the 28 Canadian dollars. I appreciate that. If this juror is real, he would follow the 21-day rule because it's obvious this person is portraying himself as not believing Amber. Yeah, this could be investigated, should be investigated. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that 110%, Deborah, because listen, there's 21 days. This person could be just making things, pulling things out of his ass. And yeah, he's sounding like he is team Johnny Depp, but that could be what it is. He's being team Johnny Depp to make it seem like there are grounds for a mistrial or something of that sort, so that Team Heard could sit there and go, see, you got a juror already out here talking this stuff, so on and so forth. So I really don't think that the juror, that this juror is real. I don't think that this juror is real at all. I think this person's fake, just making things up to stir the pot. Now, like I said, there is speculation that this is from somebody else, another creator. I will not say their name, but another creator is out here saying these things or created this just so that they can get a few clicks. I don't know if that is that person or not. But the speculations are out here, and you guys are putting the name in the chat. Just saying, there's a lot of speculation popping off. Danger Dog, thank you so much for the 5 juror badges he showed is from California, not Virginia. I call fake on this guy. Good call. You see what I'm saying? You have good eyes. You saw that better than me, faster than me. Real talk. Clearly, this is a dude making some ish up just to stir the pot. And then, I guess the other question, just going into the world of speculation here, but the next question I have is, if said person found the video, how did they find the video? It ain't even a popular Twitter account. How did he find that video? Was it on Reddit? Like, where did he find this video? It's just very strange to me. That's all. It's very, very strange. So the questions I have, I believe, make sense. Okay? So yeah, it's just, and then suddenly it's like, oh, we got this exclusive. Where'd you find that, man? Real talk. That's so strange. And I know there's some speculation about this dude making some other things up, okay, about other cases and all that as well. So, and the thing is, I do still watch this particular guy from time to time. I do every once in a while. It's an interesting accusation, or it's an interesting theory. and I would love to hear if it's true or not. You know, I would love to see if it's true or not. But oh, he is not live. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure, because people are crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because it just, I keep wondering what's the source. You feel me? I keep wondering what is the damn source, because there's so many people out here that can fabricate so many different things, lying through their teeth, making things up just so they can get a couple clicks here and there. And it's frustrating, y'all. It's frustrating because you can never really believe who's real and who's not. Now, there is also speculation as well that Amber Heard is completely cut out of is completely cut out of Aquaman 2. Let me show you this really quick. I've had this open up since Wednesday. Okay. So I'm going to refresh this really quick. Let's find out how many signatures this has so far. Boom. Wow. So it's passed 4.5 million signatures. And because it is doing so well, probably one of the biggest petitions on change.org ever. They moved it up to 6 million signatures. And from what I'm hearing through the grapevine, all right, what I'm hearing through the grapevine is that Amber Heard is officially completely cut out of Aquaman 2. And I wouldn't blame them for what they said, for them making that decision. I don't blame them for making that decision. Just saying. Real talk. They moved it up to 6 million. That's crazy. So what's this? Let me see this real quick. Oh, so this is live-ish. Is this really live? Hold on. Let me make sure this is real.
How they should.
This is live. What? Is this real? Okay, let's take a look a little bit of this. This is interesting. Johnny Depp live. What?
Hi, Johnny. Over here. Hi, welcome. Congratulations for this award. I would like to ask you,
Oh,
how do you see your artistic future as an actor? We will see you on the big screen after the photograph of Minamata. And if you were offered now, for example, to portray Captain Jack Sparrow,
I don't know.
How would you take the role, with illusion or?
Yeah, I was going to say this is not real. This is not real. This is something else, y'all. This is old.
This is the part.
I was going to say that's not real. That is just something. That's something completely different. So I don't think that's real. Okay. Man. Okay. So yeah, y'all. That I was gonna say that looked old. Clearly, he's probably trying to whatever they're doing. I don't know. They're doing something else, but it's fine. No, it's totally fine. Spin cycle. It is totally fine. Those things happen. Okay. But like I said, there's some speculation that the TikTok juror or the juror on TikTok is fake. I think it's fake. But I had to play with you, fam, because I wanted to get your opinions on it. Because your opinion matters. You know what I mean? Your opinion matters to me. All right. And for me, that was some strange stuff. And of course, looking at the Elaine interviews, which were very interesting. I don't know where she is going to go and have another one. It looked like somebody in the chat. Wendy's Cafe said something along. I think she said it was along the lines of her that he was going to be or she was going to be doing an interview. Doing an interview here very, very soon. Probably again later today. I am really looking forward to hearing that interview just to see if it's real or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to hear the BS that comes out of her mouth, right? So I'm very curious about what happens from here on out. But of course, we've been talking about so many different things on this channel, other than just Amber Heard. But like I said, we have been on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial for a minute. Obviously, I thought it was going to be over by now, that, she would go into her cave, do a little bit of, like just go and have some time to themselves, lick their wounds and come back a stronger person and a better person, learning from their mistakes. But no, they're coming right out the gate fast and trying to point the blame at everyone else. You see what I'm saying? So this is very, very interesting. And of course, we will be going more into this as time goes on. Wendy's Cafe, $5. Thank you so much. Court TV at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that already happened. Yeah, that already happened. Allegedly. I'll take a look. I was about to start wrapping up, but I'll take a look before we fully officially wrap up. There's a theory going around. Jamarcus, what's up, man? There's a theory going around that it's Amber's PR team planning this to go with their narrative. Yes, of course. This is definitely. It's not like Elaine went and said, "Hey, let me talk to Gail because me and Gail are really good friends," or "Let me hit up Savannah Guthrie because we tight. We crochet on the weekends." No, the PR probably said, "We need you out here as quickly as possible so that we get in front of this loss. And we can still keep putting out that narrative because this man does not deserve anything." And here it is, though, guys. I'll say this too. I do think that Eve Barlow and all the people that are involved with her and her PR team, I mean, they must believe that what happened to her actually happened. They must believe that what she says happened to her actually happened. I don't know. But like I said, you go on the stand and you lie through your teeth and you backtrack and you fall on your face publicly. It's a wrap, son. It's a damn wrap. Okay. Wait a second. I see something here. This country girl's life. Thank you so much for putting this on Twitter. Somebody said, "I was told Elaine has something urgent in court she just got called to do." And that was 35 minutes ago. Let me show this to you guys. I want to make sure that you guys see this too. So allegedly, because this is Chanley Painter, and she was one of the women that were, she's a reporter. She was one of the women that was in court, sitting in the front row. She was always like wearing red or, neon green and all that. So allegedly, they're saying, get out of here. Ooh. Interesting. So okay, here it is. So it says here, underneath from Ted Rollins. Okay, so Ted Rollins, sorry. He says Elaine Bredhoff postponed their live interview with Chanley Court, or Chanley Court TV, because she's a reporter for Chanley Court. I'm sorry, Chanley Painter is a reporter for Court TV. Okay, so hopefully she'll reschedule with Court TV # Johnny Depp. So that's very interesting. So then she retweeted this and then quoted saying, "I was told Elaine has something urgent in court she just got called to do." Now, that could mean a million different things. That could mean a multitude of different things. But we'll see what she had to go to court to do. Okay? Hold on one second. I got a super chat. Let me get that before it goes away. Leela, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Elaine, or Eileen, Elaine is scandalous. Looks stupid on the media. Amber said, "You go and fix it. Look desperate on court." Yep. I mean, absolutely. It's funny when she said something along the lines of, this is what Elaine said. Allegedly, she said during one of the interviews, "I go back and I watch my closing arguments and I look back at what I could have done better." I don't know what she was looking at on this one. There's a lot that she can learn that she can unlearn, right? because she made a lot of mistakes in her closing arguments. Like, let Rottenborn do the closing arguments and sit down. Period. Okay? Period. Penelope says it's real. I don't know if that's real. That video of Johnny Depp. So the interview, I guess, with Elaine and Court TV ain't gonna happen, or ain't happening. All right, and that is, or it ain't happening right now. She got called in to do something, and I'm wondering what she went off to do. Okay. Yeah. Of course, we're already seeing people sitting out here saying that it's a significant setback and all that stuff. So it's crazy, y'all. This whole thing is absolutely crazy. Okay. Okay. You were talking about the PR team pertaining to the fake juror. Yeah, well, there's somebody out here, I'm sure, trying to create some sort of narrative for sure. And it's not only just Elaine. It's other people that are trying to be out here to create some interesting narrative so it can get everybody off the beaten path on the idea of this man actually going home with the W. Period. Chinmay, thank you so much for the 1,000 rubles. I really do appreciate it. I think that's rubles. Men can be victims too. Excuse me, guys. If you were a victim of domestic abuse, would you feel comfortable talking about it? And I mean, honestly, no bravado / ego. Reason is why is we would be looked down upon, which has to change. Absolutely. I agree 110%. Fellas can't really speak up about moments of DV, moments of DA, moments of SA, moments of SV, because they do actually exist. But unfortunately, at least on mainstream media, main channels, that doesn't exist. But at least thank God for social media platforms like this one, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, all of these other platforms. That's why we have all these men out here speaking on behalf of men. Whether we like to hear that side of the story or not, of the male perspective, right? There has to be a voice. There has to be somewhere that people can speak and talk, because it's not naturally male-centric, let's just say that, on mainstream TV. You really don't see that. You tell me, like, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it, and it's true. On mainstream TV, right? On mainstream channels and all that, name one male that is like an Oprah. Don't worry, I'll wait. And please do not use Dr. Phil. And please do not use Steve Harvey, because they don't count. Just in my personal opinion. There is no male voice really out there on mainstream media, on the TVs, where they're going and sitting down with and having exclusive interviews with people from around the world. You don't see it very often, unless it has to do with politics. George Stephanopoulos and the sort. You see Anderson Cooper and all that. You see those things. But when have you ever seen a male sit down and actually have a hard-hitting interview with somebody, leaving that person inspired, leaving that person wanting to change the world? It's not very often. It's not very often. Why don't Steve Harvey count? Okay, Steve Harvey, because he's Don't get me wrong. I love Steve Harvey. And hey, I got mad respect for Dr. Phil. There's an alley for all of them. There's a road for all of them. But you don't see these guys going out and actually having these interviews exclusively with such and such, and we're going to break it down and talk about X, Y, and Z. You don't see it. 99% of the time, it is a female having those interviews with that person. You have a Gayle King type, or you have a Barbara Walters type, or you have a Oprah type. Okay? And I know there's plenty of other ones. Savannah, the Savannah Guthrie types, and you have plenty of those, but you don't really see many men chopping it up. Joe Rogan, somebody just said Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's pretty decent, but at the same time, he's kind of a bro podcaster. You know what I mean? He's the bromy, type of podcaster. Nothing wrong with that. People really enjoy listening to him. But is he really getting those hardcore, like really getting into those conversations that we're used to seeing through, let's just say, Gayle King and Oprah? And he's a different style too. But like I said, it's just a different breed. It's just a different world. And he is not on TV. He is on a podcast, and he's on Spotify. He's on YouTube. He's not on mainstream media. Yes, he is part of mainstream media, but he is not on TV. We don't see him on the TV. And I'm talking about guys on TV. Because there's a demographic that they are building towards, okay? There's a demographic that they are trying to appease and that they're catering to. And that demographic, most of the time, is not men. It is not. Unless it's like a, car show, or if it's sports. Other than that, it's not really catered towards men. Just being real. Somebody said Bill Maher. I think I just saw Bill Maher come through, flash through the comments. Yes, Bill Maher. Okay, sure, but he's not on He's not on a main channel. He's not on 5, 2, 4, 30, 11. He ain't on that. He's on HBO. And you got to buy a specific subscription to go and listen to him, wiggle his tongue. Okay? Wendy's Cafe. Thank you again for the 10 Canadian. Would be a great content stream if someone wanted to do it. Bring huge awareness to DV against men by having them on a panel to talk about what they went through. Yep. Let the world see real victims. I would totally be down for something like that. My thing is, though, the struggle that I would have is getting people interested or down to put their faces out there like that. Willing to be in a room full of men talking about what happened to them. I would be so down for that. I'm so down for that. Like 3 days ago, 7 weeks ago, I'm with it all day long. But it's hard to find those men that are willing to step forward and speak. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. I would do it. But I'd have to put something out there saying, are you or any of your friends a victim of, you know what I mean? Contact the Pascal Show. But I'm not sitting here saying that I wouldn't be down for it. It's just be really tough to get other men that are willing to come out and speak their truth and say, yes, men too. And the thing is that's what's funny. I am not a what's the word? I am not part of that sphere. I'm not even going to say it, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not part of that. I dabble. I scoop in and I scoop out when I have something to talk about. If it's something huge and controversial, I will bring up that conversation and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to try to keep my world kind of even, because I care about both men and women. Both sides of the fence should be taken care of and should be protected and respected. But it is definitely something I've always been down to do. You know what I mean? So that's a great idea. Michael, you would? Really? Well, Michael, if you're down to speak on it, that's one person stepping forward, and I appreciate that. So that's one step. That's a step in the right direction. I am definitely down. I would just need a few more men. I just need a few good men to step forward. Aside from Michael, I appreciate you doing that, Michael. That really does mean a lot to be able to sit down and talk about these things. So I would do that in a heartbeat. It'd be an honor to have that on the show. Real talk. As long as, we're all able to speak freely and the people who are listening and watching are respectful. But yes, I would totally do that in a heartbeat. So Michael, stay on Mystic Gaming said he'll do it too. Mystic Gaming said he'll do it too. I'm down with it. Yes, I'm with it. Nur, your husband? Is that a joke or are you being serious? I'm just curious. But I'm 100% down for this. Hold on, let me write this ish down. I don't want to forget. With this show, I get my memory's like a flea. Hold on. Mystic Michael Nurs. I mean, if he's really down, if he's really down, it would be an honor to have him on. Mystic Gaming, I'm down for it. Trust me. I'm definitely down. We have a full conversation about that. Kelly Jackson, we're talking. Thank you for asking the question because I'm going to repeat it now. If someone just asked a second ago. Wendy's Cafe said that I should maybe bring some people together and do a panel and talk about just the Men Too movement, or that men can be Me Too'd as well. But the thing is finding men who are willing to step forward and talk about this. So that's what I'm asking right now, and I'm putting it out there. If you're brave enough to step forward and speak on your side of things, I would be extremely appreciative of you being able to share your story on this platform, and so that we can talk about it, and so that we can find ways to heal and be able to move forward stronger, right? As men and women, as people. All right. Tim, I'm 2 years past my abusive relationship. I will speak about my experiences. Okay, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Wow, that's amazing. And Nur, of course, ask him first. Of course, Nur. But just so you know, we are all here. Okay. We are all here to listen and talk. Period. Thank you, Grace. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. F it. We're gonna make it happen. We are most definitely gonna make it happen. No, it's okay, Mystic Gaming. But that's the thing. We're here to talk about it as a group, right? As a group. So what I'll say is this then. For those of y'all who have said yes, are all of you guys on Twitter? Like Tim, or actually, yeah, I'm trying to find ways so that we can all get together. Because maybe if you hop onto my Discord, if you guys go and follow the Discord, then I can open up a conversation on there and see if we can schedule a time. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to do it right now, okay? But I would do it on a scheduled day, and so that we all can be on the same page, all on the same time. Because I know that, for example, Mystic Gaming is across the pond. He's in Great Britain, you know, and I know that everybody's in certain corners of the world. So I want to make sure that we're all in the same spot so we can actually have this conversation without somebody, you know, going, man, it's, you know, 3:00 in the morning in my neck of the woods. You feel me? So I want to make sure that we all have this conversation together at a time that works for all of us. Chinmay, thank you so much for the 900 rubles. Thanks, man, and bless you. I really don't know why you started this channel, but I listened to you tonight and felt relief that somebody cares about men too. Thanks, man. No, thank you. You know, without you guys watching the show, we wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't have this show. Okay. I wouldn't have a damn thing. So if you join my Discord, and I'm going to pin that to the top. Debbie just did it. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you, Debbie. She's one of my day ones, one of the best mods out here. I've just pinned it to the top, okay, of the chat, okay? I just pinned it to the top of the chat. If you could do me a favor, fellas, okay? All you brave souls out here, you guys are amazing, okay? If you guys can please go and follow the Discord, and then I can start a conversation in there, right? We can get the conversation moving, and then we can pick a time that works for everyone, okay? For every single last one of us, because I think we all should talk about this, okay? We should all talk about this. Yukari, thank you so much for the 10. I remember when Brendan Fraser came out about being SA'd. He said it derailed his film career. Yep. And he was depressed and reclusive for 15 years. So terrible what he went through. Absolutely. Because people sit there and go, oh, that can't be possible. That can't be real. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's so disheartening about the situation. Okay. Got some bots in this bee. Hold on. I think my yep, I knew Nur got that. Dang. Nur ninja with that. Shwook. No. He is a survivor. Not from her. Not from her. He is a survivor. That's all. He's just a survivor. Just to get that completely clear. Lainey Lynn, okay? Or no, not Lainey Lynn. Sorry, Darlene. Just to make sure that's abundantly clear, okay? But anyway, guys, here it is. If you guys can please, fellas, let's see. Mystic Gaming, Michael Walker, Nur, and Tim Tarman, okay? If you guys can please go to my Discord, join that real quick, and then I will start a conversation with you guys on there, and we can talk about that, okay? And schedule a time that works for all of us, because it is definitely a conversation that we need to have. And I think that a lot of us would love to hear your stories and hear your truth, you know? And just so you guys know, you're not alone. Like I said, you're not alone. So I appreciate you guys being so, what? It's expired. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hey, Debbie, could you repost that again? I'm gonna unblock. I'm gonna take that down. If you could repost the link, I'll make sure I pin it to the top. Okay. So Kelly B, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. My brother was AR'd by our babysitter. He was 16 and he was 26 years old. Oh my God. It happens more than you think to young men also in the gay community, way more than you think. Yeah, it's, you know, thank you so much for telling us that. And yes, it is absolutely horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous to think that there are men out here, men and women out here that have been SA'd by people that they should be trusting, you know? Man, but thank you so much for telling us that story. Music Soul Child? No, I'm kidding. Thank you, Music, for the $10 super chat. Just wanted to give some money because we need you to blow up as the #1 black media mogul. You know what? Let me say this. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I appreciate the love, seriously. And guys, please hit that join button down below. All right, become a member, or you can always join my Patreon, patreon.com/the Pascal Show. And I also got that Cash App as well. Okay. And of course, I got the merch. Check out the merch if you feel like getting something with. We got some Amber Heard things, and we also got other designs and whatnot there over there as well. So please, join, support any way you can. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. Okay. Facebook user who I still don't know who that is, but anyway, if you go over to YouTube at the top of the actually, let me just see if I can do this. Boom. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to do this really quick because so I can put this in the chat. It's basically saying that it's invalid, but if you continue to Discord, you should be okay. I don't understand why it's being like that. Hopefully this will work. Okay. But if anything, you can always go to, let me see here though. Damn. Sorry, guys. Let me see here though. I appreciate all the love and support. Seriously, you guys are all amazing. Let me see here though. Yeah, I guess the link that that Debbie's using is old. So I'm going to replace that with Nur's link. Okay. So let me make sure I can copy link. I'm going to try that again. Okay. Facebook user. Oh, damn. Oh, no. Let's see what's up here. Let me try this again. I'm going to put this in the Facebook. Okay. Or this is the chat in the chat now. You can also use that as well, Facebook user. Okay. And join the Discord. Okay. Tim, the link is now, the Discord link is now posted to the top of the chat on YouTube as well. So please join that if you can. Everybody, please join. Okay. And of course, follow me on Twitter as well. I'm putting a lot more stuff on the twits, especially things that are going on around the world aside from this Amber Heard stuff. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp stuff. So please, you know what I mean? That'd be greatly appreciated. Wendy's Cafe, thank you so much again for the 10. Maybe once a week stream so you can get more men together once the ball gets rolling. Maybe, it's something definitely to talk about. I am not against that, Oh, okay. Your name is Margot. Hi, Margot. Margot Marquez. Thank you so much, Margot, and welcome to the family. Okay, thank you, Ner, for fixing that. I do appreciate that. Go into your Discord settings and set the link to never expire. I will do that as soon as the show is over. Okay, but yes, and I appreciate all the love and all the supportive comments and all that. And we're going to get this conversation. Yes, Tim. Great. Go on over there. I'll find you guys after the show. Okay. And we will talk more and get things moving on there as well. And that's another way that you guys can, send me things or, there's a video suggestions box or, chat room. So if there's something that's popping off that you're going, hey, I'd love to see you, comment about this, you can always send it to me that way as well, just so you guys know. Okay. Because I am in there quite a bit, just seeing what the conversations are all about and whatnot. Okay. So I'd really, really appreciate that. But anyway, guys, and I appreciate all the support, and I'm down for the real conversation. So we are going to be talking about that very, very soon. Let's see. Lainey Lynn. So sorry, but I'm not loading a chat app. My phone, dear. I don't do chat. Okay. And that's totally fine. You don't have to be on that. You can still see the show on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Okay. Whatever platform that works for you. Okay, guys. But anyway, Saskaya. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Saskia. Anyway, Thank you so much for the 10. I really do appreciate the super sticker. Thank you so very much. Okay, guys. Well, I think that wraps up the show for today. I didn't go into a coughing fit, which is a surprise to me. Okay. Huge surprise to me. But yeah, let's keep that real funky. Let's say that too, real quick. We don't need no drama. So no drama on the Discord. If you start some ish, you will be kicked out. I will tell you that right now. Okay? Don't start nothing. It's all about love. It's all about progression. It's all about betterment of yourself and everybody around you. Okay? So I will say that really, really quick. Okay? Oh man. And Grace, yeah, man. Yesterday, well, the day before you saw it, I was watching the verdict and I was in pain. I was in so much pain. You have no idea. This trial made me sick. Shoot. Okay. But I am very, very happy to be back in this, chopping it up with all you guys. I really do appreciate all y'all for coming in here and having a good time with me. Yesterday I was painted into my couch. I did not move from my couch for the entire day. And it was exactly what I needed to do. I just needed to rest. I push, it's pedal to the metal every day. So God was literally trying to tell me to slow the F down. So I'm going to try to do that a little bit. But I also love having these conversations with y'all. Can't even talk. See what I'm saying? So I appreciate all y'all for being on. I'm very surprised I got through today. 2 hours. I'm very happy right now. I'm very happy. But anyway, guys, I appreciate all y'all. Do me a favor before we head out. First off, thank you so much for all the super chats. I really, really do appreciate that. Because without y'all, without that support, I would have nothing. Okay? So I really do appreciate the love and support. It has been absolutely amazing. And the super chats have been extremely, extremely helpful. So thank you so much for that. Okay. So do me a favor before we head out, hit that like button down below. Please send it past. I know we're past 1K, but if you feel like just hitting it one more time before we leave, that'd be great. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. All right. Marching our way towards 100,000 subscribers. So please go crush it. Share some love. Show some support. And of course, I have my join button down below. And I also have my Patreon and my Cash App. So please go and check those things out and support in any way you can. And if not, still you guys watching the show still means everything to me. So thank you. That is support enough as well. Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. For those of y'all who are sick, like me, get well soon. I will be trying to get on over the weekend, okay, to chop it up with you guys about a bunch of other things that are going on in the world aside from this Amber Heard-ish. So do not be shy. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you know when I go live over this weekend. And I'll be talking to you very, very soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Have a wonderful weekend, y'all. Have an amazing weekend. Do something positive. Hug your loved ones. And I'll see you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.